And welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Investor Guys podcast with myself, Kevin Mills, and billionaire Bill Barnett. How you doing there, Bill?
I'm doing good. Don't get anybody out there going, wait a minute, Bill's saying this. I am not saying that.
I thought
So
that's what you were named after. I thought Bill was just short for billionaire.
That's right. It is. Just in case you were wondering, it is. So I am doing excellent. Thank you, sir. Happy Tuesday to you as well, and to everybody that is watching. Thanks for being a part of our audience here at the Investor Guys podcast. It is what we love doing. Kevin, I love doing real estate and talking about real estate. It consumes a big old portion of our conscious time in life, and this is one of the highlights that we get to do this twice a week. Thanks to you guys. We appreciate you all being here. Make sure that you share this with your friends and other investors, and whatever you're watching this or listening to this on, make sure you like and subscribe. And investorguyspodcast.com has our 130 plus episodes. Kev told me this morning that today is episode 131. We thank you guys very much for that. And all of the episodes are archived at investorguyspodcast.com. But you can hear us on any platform. I think we're on 9 platforms. Is that right?
I think we're pretty much on every single platform, unless it's a platform somebody hasn't heard of. I'm not sure how many platforms are out there, but we're on them. Even ones I've never even heard of, we're on them. So
yeah, I've seen us listed a couple of times and I've gone, huh? What? That's a what? So, okay.
So we're out there. There's no reason for you guys not to be able to find us, for sure. And just follow us. We are here every Tuesday and Thursday. Our shows typically drop at about 3:00 in the afternoon.
Eastern. So, 3:00 Eastern.
So just catch us. Feel free to touch base with us. Contact at investorguyspodcast.com, Kevin at investorguyspodcast.com, Bill at investorguyspodcast.com, and just let us know that you're watching and what you think of the show. Bill, you had some information that you pulled from one of your many resources that you wanted to kick off today's show with, and we're going to go over a bunch of different, just little real estate related things today.
Yeah, state of the market. 2 things. One, and this comes from Direct Service News, which is a mortgage servicing entity, and they also provide a ton of information for the mortgage industry. And so this is demand for residential real estate has been, their word, nudging down, has remained high still. Coming into the fall, competition, though, is starting to soften, but prices are maintaining steady at the moment. And that's according to the latest market survey coming from Redfin, which is a huge real estate outfit, measuring a number of market indicators based on data from 400 major markets. I didn't know there were 400 major markets in the U.S. I would highly disagree, I'm sure, with a lot of markets that they put in as major. But Redfin says there's 400 major markets. This is all through the end of August. More homes were listed this summer, but they were quickly snatched up by the home buyers, even as bidding wars have become even more rare, according to lead economist at Redfin, Taylor Marr. The market hasn't cooled off any further than it usually does this time of year, but we expect home buying demand to remain strong through the fall. All right, so I want to tell you some things that came out of this Redfin report that is highlighted that I thought were really would be interesting for us. And is obviously it's kind of stuff you and I follow that the average investor doesn't look at. This is how we stay on top of and ahead of where the market is going. Median home sales price increased 14% year over year. Right now, the U.S. median home price as the end of August is $358,250, highest it's ever been. Asking price for newly listed homes was up 10% from this time last year. Median price of the ask, $353,500. New listings for homes. This is one of those things that we look at and go, hey, you know what? Here's an underpinning of the market that is one of the forerunners to let us know the market is starting to change. And new listings on homes for sales were down 7% from this time last year. So that is a saturation point number. So we're down 7% year over year. Active listings have declined 3% from their 2021 peak. So the same number, but just comparing it differently from the peak this year, and the highest part of the year ended on the week of August the 8th. And so we're down 3% just in a month. 47% of the homes that went under contract had an accepted offer within the first 2 weeks of the market. That is actually up 4% from this time last year. Now, remember, that's the entire market across the entire US, that 47% of the houses that went on the market had an accepted contract within 2 weeks. That's pretty impressive. 34% of the homes that went under contract had an accepted offer within 1 week, and that is actually up 3% from this time last year. Homes that sold on the market for median price sold in 19 days, which is 4 days longer than the all-time fastest, which was earlier this year, which was 15 days. So anything that was priced in median range moved incredibly quick. And again, that's of all the residential sales. Your median was 19, which means there were some that were longer than that, and obviously a bunch that were faster than that. 50% of the homes sold above list price. That's up from 33% year over year, or this time last year. On the average, 4.9% of homes for sale each week had a price drop. We've been talking about that. I've been telling you that at DFW Properties every day. Today's been no different. I've been getting anywhere from 8 to 12 notices from the MLS. And granted, we're a major market. There's a tremendous amount of property in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, and that covers our MLS, but we're getting anywhere from 8 to 12 per day, 5 days a week, notices that properties have had a price drop in them. So on the average, 4.9% of homes for sale each week have had a price drop, and that is about 0.8 of a point higher than it was this time last year. And that was this one that they just took, the reading they just took, is the highest level for a 4-week period going back all the way to October of 2019. The average sale to list price ratio. So when you sell a property, when you list it, what kind of price did you actually get for the property? And that's listed in the MLS for agents anyway. So that's referred to as the sale to list price ratio, which measures how close homes are selling to their actual asking price. Was down a little bit, but still nationwide over 100%. So 101.4% is the national pricing average for across all homes, all locations. So you list a house for $100,000. The average is you got $101,400 for it. In other words, the average home sold for 1.4% above its asking price, and that measurement was down 0.9 of a point from the peak period, which was the highest in history, which was the period ending July the 11th. And that same stat is up from this time last year. So robust sellers market has led to record levels of home equity. According to an earlier report, this growth could be a lifeline for borrowers in one of the 629,000 forbearance plans are slated to be reviewed for extension or removal this month, meaning September. 4,000 of those set to reach their final plan expiration based on the established allowable forbearance terms, all come up in September. So there's a lot changing in the market. These are the underpinnings that Kevin and I tell you about on a regular basis, that we watch these kind of numbers to keep us abreast and to keep us ahead of what's happening in the actual marketplace, so that we can adjust our business accordingly and stay where not only in the hot markets, but stay with the hot tactics and strategies in those markets. And of course, the single hottest tactic and strategy right now across this country is Section 8 period, bar none, no exception. Kev, comments on that?
No, but we're up on a
we're way
break.
over.
So yeah, so we'll catch up on it as soon as we get back. Back in just a minute.
You want to be a real estate investing millionaire? Be able to buy a luxury car or maybe a nice boat? How about a bigger house in a nice neighborhood? Being a real estate millionaire is a dream come true for so many, and it was for me at one time also. But in a world of $500,000 cars, multi-million-dollar planes, and yachts, and vacation homes that cost in the tens of millions of dollars, why would I settle for just being a millionaire? I want more, and you should too. New for 2022, the Billionaire Training Academy, the only program of its type designed to create billionaires. This program is not about real estate strategies. It's about scaling real estate strategies, starting small and growing into multi-million-dollar deals and beyond. It's about the business of building a billion-dollar real estate empire, setting your business up to do and obtain business credit, funding, and more. Understanding where to go and how to obtain literally limitless funding for real estate projects, and being able to put together the types of high caliber projects that are going to show multi-million-dollar profits for your business. This program is about building your business team, business structure, structuring partnerships, and attracting more investment capital than you'll ever have projects to apply it to. This program will show you how to build a billion-dollar real estate investing empire by building the business that will drive it, power it, support it, manage it, and more. This is not an event where we're going to try and dazzle you with light shows and feel-good sing-alongs. This is an exclusive one-week intensive program. This is Billionaire CEO Training Bootcamp. This is roll up your sleeves, get to work, and get started right away. From the moment you arrive, we'll treat you like the CEO founder of a growing billion-dollar real estate investing company that you are. Come ready to get started, and that is exactly what will happen. Read more and get signed up at the billionairetrainingacademy.com. That's billionairetrainingacademy.com.
11 months out of the year, Bill and I host real estate buyers events in cities like Cleveland, Ohio, where we ourselves invest and see great returns. We show investors the types of strategies we're using, the types of properties we're using. We introduce them to people here on the ground and the resources that they can use to get started right away. Day 4 of this event, we're actually touring properties and making offers on properties. This event was designed to put properties in your portfolio right away, high-performing properties. Read more about the Real Estate Buyers event. Get registered. We'll see you at the next event, realestatebuyersevent.com. And we are back. And you know what? One of the things I wanted to ask you really quick, you were talking about you're getting the notices for price drops. Now, have you, as a real estate investor selling a property, ever done the trick where you sell the house for more, you list it for more for 2 weeks, and then in 2 weeks, you drop the price to what you actually wanted to get, so that on the MLS, it says price dropped, and everybody gets that notification that you dropped the price. They didn't really pay attention to the fact that it was overpriced to begin with. But that's a marketing.
Well, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. I don't do that. I premium price all of my properties, and I don't come off price. I'd rather wait another extra week or two and get the full pricing for it. Now, that's a delicate balance between what your holding cost is and how that affects your profit. It's a delicate balance there. You have to be on top of that. But I premium price all my products because that's what I bring to the marketplace.
Right. No, I'm talking about deliberately overpricing.
I understand that. No, I don't. Yeah. I've never done that. No.
Yeah.
I get premium pricing because I'm not planning on coming down from my property price.
And then in 2 weeks, just to get more hype on your property, you drop the price, and then it shows that there's a price drop on the MLS. And that's there for the duration to listen until somebody makes an offer on the property and it moves. That was a little trick that we would do every once in a while. So, okay. So you had other points that you wanted to talk about in addition to literally how hot the market is. And we've told you this over and over and over again, that the market is hot, the market is hot, the market is hot. But we also cautioned you that with a hot market comes a cooling. So we are going to, at some point, reach a cooling period. And right now we're reaching a little bit of a cooling period. And that could lead into that bigger cooling period, but we're reaching a traditional cooling period, which is as we go into the holidays. Typically right around now to Halloween, things start to cool off, and they don't pick back up until about February. So we've got a little bit of a lull right now. What happens in February is going to be telling to see whether this heats back up again or whether the cooling continues. But we're in that stage now where you need to start paying attention to what's going on for sure. Now I think you said you had 2 or 3 other things that you wanted to talk about
I
today
had
as well.
one major thing that I wanted to go over, because everybody's been yakking about the foreclosure moratorium, the eviction moratorium ending at the end of July, and you know, the idiots, the clowns in Washington tried to extend that, and thank goodness for one of the few times in the last few years, the court system came to our rescue and put that to a stop. And when I say came to our rescue, I'm not talking about coming to the rescue of real estate agents. I'm talking about coming to the rescue of the real estate market as a whole and to this country. If you go back and you look at the incredible, I used to call this the Obama debacle, the foreclosure debacle, but it's the Obama Bush, because they're the same guy, in my opinion. There's not a hair's difference between those two. George Bush makes me want to just puke. But both of those guys are just pathetic and made horrible decisions for our country. So what they did was they jumped in and created this, they put this big 18-month halt on the foreclosure market, and it screwed the real estate market up, and therefore our economy up for a while, because the real estate market is a self-correcting market. And because it is you and I as individual home buyers and as investors, but mainly as individual home buyers, we correct the market. If the market's too hot, we're going to back off and say, I'm not going to pay that much. I'm not going to move right now. And this is one thing that, we've talked about a lot, that people will come in with, and they get these rose colored glasses on right now with how crazy the market has been, how hot it's been, with what they can get for their property, but they don't think ahead in so many cases as, okay, well, where am I going to go? What am I going to move into? What am I going to buy if I sell my property and I capture this great profit that I've got built in here? Am I going to turn around and just give most of that right back into the next property? And so several people that I have talked to, once they looked at their numbers, they just went, well, it looks great on the sell side, but it's not so attractive on the buy side. So I think I'm just going to hang where I am. And I'm like, if you're not looking to downsize, that's a good move. Or if you're looking to change state locations, like, yes. So people in California coming here, people in New York, New Jersey coming here, coming to Florida, going to Nevada, going to Arizona, that's a whole different thing because of the price discrepancy between the markets. So they can go in and sell out of those markets and take a high number and then take the cash and go to another state and get substantially more, get value and not just overpricing, get great value and not downsize. Many times they can even upsize if they want to and have significantly greater equity in their property when they buy. So we've been yakking about that going back and forth. But so the moratorium came to an end at the end of July. I'm going to do a quick read here. Housing professionals have long been anticipating the response to the July 31st expiration of the federal moratorium on foreclosures and eviction. With August numbers coming in, analysts say there has indeed been a rise in foreclosure activity. We told you at the beginning of July that represented about 4% of the market, which was 2.4 million homes across the country.
And we told them over a year ago that this was coming.
Absolutely. Because this is not a surprise whatsoever. So when the August numbers came in, there was an increase in foreclosure, but there was not this big influx on the foreclosure process. Borrowers across the nation collectively have record levels of home equity, and sellers markets are so hot that many properties, even in the face of possible foreclosure, they've been able to go out and sell very quickly and save their home and save their equity. Realty Track, which is a subsidiary of ATOM, which specializes in foreclosure and distressed sales data, came out with a August 21 report. And it states that there has been a total of 15,838 properties currently under foreclosure filings. That's across the nation. That's not a big number at all. Default notices, scheduled auctions, and bank repossessions that affect 1 in every 8,677 houses. So almost 8,700 houses, only one of those is currently in foreclosure. But that is up 27% from simply a month ago and up 60% from a year ago. But think what a month ago was. A month ago, we were still in moratorium. And a year ago, the thing had just gotten started. So those numbers are a little misleading there. So nothing unanticipated in the report. As expected, foreclosure activity increased and the government's foreclosure moratorium expired, but this did not mean that we should expect to see a flood of distressed properties coming back into the market. That's according to Rick Sharga, who is the Realty Track EVP. We'll continue to see foreclosure activity increase over the next 3 months as loans that were in default prior to the moratorium re-enter the foreclosure pipeline and states begin to catch up on months of foreclosure filings that simply haven't been processed during the pandemic. But it's likely that the foreclosures will remain below normal levels, at least through the end of the year. Yeah, so this is not going to be this giant flood that so many guys that speak on the real estate circuit have said, oh my gosh, there's, and it's just not going to be.
Yeah, that number you gave is less than 1%. It's less than a fraction of 1%. So 1 in 87,000 homes.
8,700.
8,700 homes. Sorry, it's still like 0.0087 is what we're talking about. So considerably less than 1%. We are up on a break. Yes. So we will see you guys in just a minute.
Are you ready to start adding performing properties to your portfolio, high performing properties to your portfolio? If so, check out the Real Estate Buyers event. Once a month, with the exception of December, Bill and I host a real estate buyers event in a high performing market where he and I are both investing. He and I both have experience. We share our experiences, our resources, what to buy, what not to buy, where not to buy, what strategies to use to get great returns on your investment in these markets. If you want to read more about it and you want to join us for one of these future real estate buyers events, go to realestatebuyerevent.com. That's realestatebuyerevent.com. We'll see you there. You want to be a real estate investing millionaire? Be able to buy a luxury car or maybe a nice boat? How about a bigger house in a nice neighborhood? Being a real estate millionaire is a dream come true for so many, and it was for me at one time also. But in a world of $500,000 cars, multi-million-dollar planes, and yachts, and vacation homes that cost in the tens of millions of dollars, why would I settle for just being a millionaire? I want more, and you should too. New for 2022, the Billionaire Training Academy, the only program of its type designed to create billionaires. This program is not about real estate strategies. It's about scaling real estate strategies, starting small and growing into multi-million-dollar deals and beyond. It's about the business of building a billion-dollar real estate empire, setting your business up to do and obtain business credit, funding, and more. Understanding where to go and how to obtain literally limitless funding for real estate projects, and being able to put together the types of high caliber projects that are going to show multi-million-dollar profits for your business. This program is about building your business team, business structure, structuring partnerships, and attracting more investment capital than you'll ever have projects to apply it to. This program will show you how to build a billion-dollar real estate investing empire by building the business that will drive it, power it, support it, manage it, and more. This is not an event where we're going to try and dazzle you with light shows and feel-good sing-alongs. This is an exclusive one-week intensive program. This is Billionaire CEO Training Bootcamp. This is roll up your sleeves, get to work, and get started right away. From the moment you arrive, we'll treat you like the CEO, founder of a growing billion-dollar real estate investing company that you are. Come ready to get started, and that is exactly what will happen. Read more and get signed up at the billionairetrainingacademy.com. That's billionairetrainingacademy.com.
All right, and we are back. And a quick reminder, Bill and I do a lot of different programs together and separately. I'm going to make sure all that information is at investorguyspodcast.com. I will make sure I stay on top of that. As any of our schedules change, I will make sure that we put that down there as well. So Bill, make sure you get me your events, including your Thursday phone calls that you do. If you guys aren't on Bill's Thursday phone calls, make sure you get signed up for that. Bill, real quick, how do they do that?
They go to 10kmonthly.net, 10kmonthly.net.
Okay.
And there's a registration every Thursday night, 8 o'clock East or 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, and 6 o'clock Pacific.
Okay. So get signed up for that. And something else too, I'm just going to do a really quick tease here. Join us a week from today. So next Tuesday, I've not told Bill what this is about yet. Okay. It's not really a challenge, but it's something I'm going to invite him to do with me. Something that's, it's not really a business type of thing. It's just something that we can do together. So tune in. And Bill has no clue, and he's not even going to be able to guess.
Yeah.
He's going to have no idea. I'm not even going to make
Kevin's
him
not
guess.
Kevin's not the first guy that said that.
So he's clueless, but he has no clue what I'm talking about either. But you know what? My wife doesn't have a clue what I'm talking about either. So you're not the first either. We're not even going to make him guess. We're just going to go ahead and spring it on him again a week from today. So make sure you join us next Tuesday. Now, still in the works, something that we may or may not be able to do. Bill is going to be in Florida probably in about a week. So we may be doing our Thursday show live and together. I think it's the first time we've done the show together live.
It will be. Yeah.
So first time we'll do it in Orlando, unless he wants to fly here to Palm Beach, and we can do it on the beach here in Palm Beach, or perhaps over at the Breakers. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully that happens as well. Anything you want to add, just things people should be doing right away, other than what we say all the time anyway. Like us and follow us. Check out investorguyspodcast.com, not just for the podcast, but for what we're going to be doing, where we're going to be going. Real estate clubs. We have been getting back into doing the real estate clubs, and a quick hello to everybody. Thank you for those of you who joined me at here in Palm Beach on Wednesday, in Orlando on Thursday, and for those of you who are going to be here later on today in the Miami Broward Mega Club. Great groups, great conversations. Looking forward to those getting bigger. Bill's going to work on a club in his area as well. Yep. If you do not have a club in your area, contact us and we'll help you get one set up. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a great way to benefit with a networking group in your area, but we'll help you get set up with a directed real estate professionals club in your area. Bill.
Yes.
Anything you want to add or throw in?
Just, as an investor, keep a look at when we warn you about things that are changing in the marketplace. Think about, how do I adjust my business to be able to stay in the flow of money? Even when the market has turned down and looks like it's falling apart, there's a massive flow of money. One of the things that you learn through the years, it took me years to learn, is that I'm not trying to create a market of any kind, whether it be Section 8 foreclosure, pre-foreclosure. I'm not trying to, those exist. What I'm trying to do is move from where I am to be in the flow of the money of those markets. And so if you start understanding what creates the market and some of the stats that we talked about, and what directs the change of the market, it allows you to be able to just fine tune and tweak, just like you're driving down the road and there's a curve and you just turn the wheel. You do the same thing with your real estate business. You just adjust your business as you go forward. It is a fluid thing, and you stay in the flow of the money for what's going on in the market right now.
Yes, and don't have tunnel vision. Don't feel like you are locked into one strategy. Don't feel like you're locked into one area. No matter where you are and what's going on in your market, if it's on a downturn, I guarantee you somewhere in the United States, there is an opportunity, and all you have to do is work that. No successful real estate investor, genuinely successful real estate, I'm talking about millions of dollars real estate investor, is investing only in one market. First of all, it doesn't make sense. Secondly, that's how we hedge ourselves as real estate investors, is by investing in different strategies and different markets. So when one market is not as strong, another market will be, and it'll take care of it. So don't have tunnel vision. Don't feel like you're locked into just the market where you are. Money is money. It will spend in any of the markets that we have in the United States. And Bill just told us first segment that there's 400 major markets, more than I knew of, but 400 major markets. So your investment might be better someplace else, and just figure out where that is and what that is for you and make it happen. Do not do not let yourself believe that because of what the market is doing where you are, that there are no opportunities and you just need to sit back and do nothing and wait. Final thoughts.
Amen.
And get out of here.
Hey, just stay focused, stay in a good mindset. Yeah, you got to be in the right frame of mind, but you've got to set your mind to this. And we did that a couple of shows ago. Please go listen to that. It is an important show for your business because, as my dad said, business is never good or bad out there. Business is always good or bad right here.
Yes. But whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right. So we believe you can, and we know you can. So happy investing, and we'll see you back here on Thursday. Thanks for joining us.